Recording in progress.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Let's start this session where we'll be doing an overall work, first the stretching and then strengthening. So find that comfortable position for the hips. Move around and stretch in any way that feels good for you, just to start bringing some awareness to your body. See if there's any aches, any tension, and don't worry about it. It would feel much better after we finish the session, but it's good to feel nice and relaxed so we can then focus with our breathing. Then now relax the shoulders back and down, bring the stomach in, but allow it to be soft. Close your eyes and bring the gaze up. When we bring the gaze up, we allow ourselves to be more present. We are able then to bring full awareness to our breathing. Start lengthening that breath. Allowing the abdomen to raise with the inhalation and to fall with the exhalation. Make sure there's no tension on the forehead. If there is, you can drop the gaze towards the tip of the nose. Relax the jaw. Lengthen the spine and the neck a little bit more. Be feeling relaxed in that uplifted position. When the breathing is long enough, allow it to raise from the abdomen towards the chest. And if it's even longer, then allow it to come from abdomen to chest and clavicula. Once you find the rhythm that feels good for you in this moment, then try to remember throughout the practice. With the next inhalation, bring the palms together at the level of the heart, pressing gently in prayer position. Keeping the gaze up, the chin slightly towards the chest. And we start our gratitude practice. As every day, we choose in this moment only 2 things that we want to say thank you for. And then we set our intentions for this practice. Your intentions for your day. And with the next inhalation, keeping the palms together, raise them all the way up towards the ceiling. Chin slightly up. And exhaling, spreading the arms through the sides. Bringing the chin towards the chest, resting the hands one on top of the other. Relax the shoulders, spine straight. Breathing deeply. And with a few blinks, open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you for joining. Okay, so we're going to start by stretching the legs first to create that easiness in the movement, to activate the circulation of the legs. Just bounce and shake. Move your toes. Good. And sometimes we're not giving enough attention to our feet, and they're the ones that keep us balanced, that keep us moving, that take us from place to place. So we're going to bring the feet together like in Baddha Konasana, and with the thumbs we're going to massage the ball of the foot, just pressing gently. The ball of the foot is the base of the toes, that part that we engage as we are balancing, as well as the toes. Sometimes it creates tension there. And as we're doing it, then try to slowly start bringing yourself forward, forward fold. Try not to arch the spine, no matter how much you're leaning forward, even if it's slightly. One more round of breath. Good, and then come up to a straight position, bring the hands behind, arch the spine, soften the elbows, and focus on the heart opening, bringing the chest as high as you can. Breathe slowly, experiencing a back bend and a hip opening. Make sure that the neck is soft. You can look side to side. We're still warming up, so be gentle. One more round of breath. Good, and then bring the chin towards the chest. Bring the hands in front of you and shake them. Good, and then stretch the legs. And then bend them both, bringing the feet together and wrapping around with the arms. So try to squeeze as much as you can the chest towards the thighs with the knees touching together, and then try to straighten the spine. Bringing the chin towards the chest. Breathing slowly. So no matter how tight the thighs are to your chest, but the arms need to be very tight, because what is coming next is a balance. So we need to have the core very active, and the arms, by being tight towards the legs, it would help for that. So first we bring the tiptoes resting on the mat only, and by that we lean back just slightly. Make sure the core is very active, and then inhaling, lifting the feet off the floor. And then from there, move your toes. Looking in between the knees, making sure there's no tension on the neck. The jaw relaxed. Good, and then from here, we're gonna bring the feet down for now. Nice and flat, good. And then come on the tiptoes again, lean back just a little bit more, slightly more, but be able to hold it. Lifting the feet off the floor, and then open the arms to the sides. Fingers spread, arms active, shoulders back and down, arms parallel to the floor. Very good. And now, if possible, bring the shins parallel to the floor also. If it's too much, you can just do it with the arms, making sure you're not pulling from the shoulders. Good, and then slowly bring the legs down, and very slowly lay down on the mat. Good, and then from there again, bounce and shake with the legs. Bring the shoulders back and down, the arms next to the body, and bring both feet up, both legs up. From here, we want to have the legs as straight as possible. So if you're aiming to 90 degrees and you find that it's difficult to keep the knees straightened, then try to bring them a little bit more away from you. Even if it's 80 or 70 or 60 degrees, it doesn't matter. Just keep the toes pointing, the legs very active, the core engaged, and the spine flat on the mat. With the next inhalation, we're gonna open the legs on a split, sideways, toes pointing, very active, and feeling the stretch on the inner thighs. Make sure there's no tension on the neck. You can even look side to side. If your legs get tired or if you feel too much tightness on the hips, you can support with the hands, but make sure that the upper arms are resting on the mat. And again, without bringing any tension to the neck or the face. Good, and then inhaling, flex the ankles and bring the legs about shoulder width apart. And then from there, rotate the ankles. Good, and then the other way. Good, and then bend the knees, give them a hug and rock side to side. Massaging the middle back. Breathing slowly. Good, and then come back towards the center and allow the knees to come as wide as you can. And then coming into happy baby. Remember, for happy baby, we can hold anywhere that feels comfortable for us, that the neck and the shoulders are relaxed, whether it's the shins, the ankles, or the feet. Having the feet flat towards the ceiling. I'm gonna sneeze, sorry. Sorry. And then rock side to side. Using your arms as a way of trying to bring your knees even closer towards the floor with the elbows bent. Without pulling too much, it's just allowing that extra flexibility. And when we are rocking side to side, then the mind is more distracted and is not focusing so much on how is the body feeling or how is the posture looking. Okay, then we come back towards the center. Release the hands. Bring the legs all the way out. Bounce and shake again. Noticing the work on the hips. Good, and then as we bend the knees, we're going to roll towards the right side. And stay there for a couple of breaths. Then use your arms to come up to tabletop, aligning the hands with the shoulders, shoulder width apart, activating the fingertips, hips width apart with the knees, stretching the toes as much as you can, and activating the core, spine flat. We're going to do from here opposite arm and leg. So engage the core to keep the hips and the shoulders square. Inhaling, right hand, left leg, looking down. And then exhaling, flex the elbow and the knee and round. Good, and inhaling, twice more. Exhaling. Following the rhythm of your breath, inhaling, exhaling. Good, and then place the knee down, the hand. Good, and we do the other side. Engage the core, inhaling left hand, right leg. Exhaling, squeeze. And one side might feel different to the other one, just be mindful. Exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. Good, and then we bring the knee down, the hand down, and we sit back. Good, and then bend the elbows, rest them on the mat, and bring the chin on your palms, looking up towards the ceiling, bringing the tongue towards the upper palate. So here, also activate the pelvic floor. If it's not easy to activate it like that, then tuck the toes under, and it will be a little bit easier. And from there, we're activating the root chakra, the throat chakra, and the third eye chakra. Breathe slowly. Good. And then the next breath, we stretch the arms and then we cup with the fingers, fingertips just resting, stretching the shoulders, bringing the chin towards the chest. Breathe slowly. Feel the stretch on the spine, on the neck. Good, and then inhale and raising the chin up, open your eyes if they're closed, and walk back, coming again back to tabletop, flat palms. Good, and then from here, we're going to inhale and stretch the right leg out. Good, and then we're going to tilt ourselves to the side, so we keep the knee and the hip aligned. The other hand and the elbow also align, and the other foot is going to keep us in balance. So make sure that you've got a good support there and that the ankles are aligned also. Toes active. If the knee is too forward, then we're putting pressure on the hip. If the hand is not aligned, then we're putting pressure on the wrist. So align that first, soften the elbow. And then inhaling, bring the left hand on the left shoulder. Breathe slowly. And then inhaling, bring the arm up. Vasisthasana variation, side plank. Try to align the shoulders a little bit more. If it becomes too much by having the hand up, you can bring it down on the shoulder, on the hip. One more round of breath. Good, and then bring the hand all the way down. Bring the knee hip width apart. And then we're going to thread with that same arm to stretch the shoulder. Bringing the thumb up like this, resting the shoulder at the side of the head. Breathe slowly there. Again, activating the pelvic floor. And in the same way as we did before, if by having the toes stretched is not easy, then tuck the toes under. Breathe slowly. Good, and then inhaling, bring the arm all the way towards the side, and exhaling, bring it down. Good, so we're going to do now the other side. I'm going to turn around so I can see you, but you can stay as you are, if you wish. And then from here, we bring the leg, it can be down or it can be towards the back. It's a little bit easier if it's towards the back. So if you found it quite challenging by having the foot pointing down, then bring it towards the side. Okay? Now, align the knee, the hand, and rotate the shoulders. Press with the toes and hand on the shoulder. Inhale and exhale. And next inhalation, if you can, bring the arm up. So the challenge here is not just the balance, it's about not putting too much weight on the wrist. And the way we do that is by engaging the glutes and by having the opposite arm pointing towards the ceiling, very active. The more engaged the body is, the less weight will feel on the wrist. One more round of breath. Good, and then exhaling, bring the hand down, bring the knee down, and then we thread. Feel that twist. Breathe slowly. Engage the pelvic floor. Good, and with the next inhalation, bring the hand towards the side. And exhaling, bring it down. We're going to sit on our heels, knees together, and then shake the hands because I've been working the wrists. And then bring the hands in front of you. Make a fist by bringing the thumb on the inside of the palm and then wrapping around with the other fingers. And then shoulder width apart, we start rotating the wrists. Make sure there's no tension on the upper back, shoulders relaxed, spine straight, stomach in, and then the other way. Good, and then we bring the hands down and inhaling, coming on your knees, bringing the arms all the way up, bringing the chest forward and bend the elbows and bring the hands on your hips. Looking up, and this time if the shoulders are very close together and the upper back is active, then you can let go of the head. Breathe slowly. Keep bringing the chest up and the hips forward to protect the lower back, especially the chest up. And then bring the chin towards the chest and come on to Sashankasana, counter pose. Forehead down, allowing the arms, the shoulders to completely relax. Breathe slowly. If you can't relax enough in this position, please let me know and I'll give you some variations. One more round of breath. Engage the core, inhaling, come up to sit on your heels. Shoulders back and down, keep looking straight. When we have a forward fold, make sure that you keep your gaze quite down. And then after a while, you might feel that you can move your head without any risk. So from tabletop, tuck the toes under and coming on to downward facing dog. Bending the knees one at a time. Finding that extra stretch on the back of the legs. Good, and then from there, inhaling and start walking forward. Try not to bend the knees. Taking your time to come for a forward fold. Make sure there's no tension on the head. Good, and then from here, bend the knees, lifting up the shoulders. Spine is straight, core active, and then align the arms with the spine, palms facing each other. Shoulder width apart, fingers well spread. And inhaling, start coming up to standing. Bringing the palms together, squeezing the glutes, legs active. Breathe slowly, pressing together the palms at the level of the heart. Looking straight. And then slowly bring the hands to the side and shake the legs, shake the arms. And grab your blanket to get ready for your Savasana. Well done for your practice, for showing up. Always feel good when we get into this relaxation. The same that we should always feel good before we go into bed. Using this time as a reset. Close your eyes. Spread your legs, your arms. Feeling as comfortable as you can. Bring the gaze up. Focusing on that third eye. And the more you relax, the more you feel that your body is melting with the ground. It's becoming one. So you can, just for a while, forget about your physical body and enjoy just being present, being free, free of pain, free of limitations, free of thoughts. Knowing that that sacred space is always available. You can always get to it. Full awareness to your breathing, noticing how this one also becomes free. Blessing each breath. And blessing your life experience. Blessing yourself. Sending love to all directions. And then gently start wiggling your fingers. Breathing deeply. Wiggling your toes. Keeping the eyes closed, the gaze up. Breathing deeply. And then bend the knees one at a time. Lengthen the spine. When you're ready, roll on your side, right or left if you have low blood pressure. Staying there for a couple of breaths. Then using your arms to bring you up to a sitting position with the spine uplifted. With the next inhalation, bring the palms together at the level of the heart. Chin slightly towards the chest. And we'll close this session as a way of union with one Om. Inhale deeply. Inhale and exhale. And keeping the palms together. Inhaling, bring the thumbs to the third eye for the right thoughts, and exhale. And inhaling, bring them closer to the mouth for the right word, the right say, and exhale. Inhaling, bring them closer to the heart center for the right feelings, and compassion. And exhale. And with a few blinks, open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you. And just a gentle reminder, when we say about the right thoughts and the right word and the right feelings, just think that we are still human, that the yoga practice is very good to remind us to come back to our heart and to be kind to ourselves as well. So we can do mistakes, it's normal, but as long as we keep coming back to our practice, and especially we still coming back to our heart, then everything will be fine. We can always make it better tomorrow. Have a lovely day. And if there's any questions or anything that you would like me to share with you, let me know.